Hi, my name is Travis Lindsay. I'm here for the Center for Entrepreneurship at Cal State Fullerton. And today I have George W. Wright. He is the Dean for the School of Business and Economics at Concordia University in Irvine. And we're going to talk about a number of things, including our SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship event that's coming up earlier next year. But before we get into all of that, George, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, Travis. Thank you very much. I am George Wright. I'm the Dean of the School of Business and Economics at Concordia University, Irvine, where I'm responsible, among with others, of course, for our graduate programs in business and our undergraduate programs in business. And one of the themes that we do here is the entrepreneur spirit. And to us, entrepreneur spirit is both for being an entrepreneur and being an entrepreneur, that is working with inside of a company, not just starting your own company. And we participate in groups like SCCE because of the importance of collaborating and serving that community.
Yeah, so 100%. And so one of the questions I want to ask you is, what do you see as the overall state of entrepreneurship in Southern California? I mean, it's a huge region. There's a number of great universities, yourself, Cal State Fullerton, some of the others that we're partnered with for SCCE, SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship. What do you see as the state of entrepreneurship in the area?
I think it's been growing and been noticed quite a bit the last 20 years, but I think we're actually poised to continue to grow. You know, there's quite an exodus of companies and their talent and their individual employees' talent out of California, but California is still a very vibrant economy. It still has, as you mentioned, the universities and their capacity. It has companies and it has people that are looking to work for themselves and work for others. So I think we're actually poised to take it to another level. We also see local governments getting interested in supporting different organizations and individuals with funding and loans. And we see quasi-government bodies and organizations and volunteers trying to feed the entrepreneurial ecosystem like SCCE is also doing.
Yeah, as somebody myself who is part of that exodus a little bit, going to move into Texas, but I'm consulting back with Cal State Fullerton. I see that the main focus is on that expansion that you were talking about. So it's still full speed ahead with the economy and especially entrepreneurship, right, in the area.
Absolutely, both for goods and services. The infrastructure is here. We have banks, we have people, the investors. We got a great infrastructure just with transportation. People don't think about it, but we have the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. I was just down there meeting with the executive director of the port. It's the third largest port in the world. So we have great access for bringing in raw materials, our shipping out finished products. We got great communication skills and tools and infrastructure for those that want to do services. And of course, we have the airports for transportation if you want to be a consultant or a contractor. We also have the change that COVID really exasperated the work at home or work anywhere environment that was kind of emerging as we went before. So we have all those three things coming together here in Southern California.
Yeah, I mean, I personally know somebody who has an incubator at the Long Beach port area. And there's a number of different incubators and organizations that go to support entrepreneurship. I know that we know a number of them, and Cal State Fullerton supports them, and that's why this event that's coming up, SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship, I think is a great way to celebrate all that that's going on. So why do you think that the SCCE event is important to people?
Well, not only do I think, we've experienced it. This will be our fourth event like this. We did one of them virtually, if you will, and those were well attended as well. But this is a platform, an opportunity where you can get together no matter where you are in your journey. So if you're an emerging entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur thinking of exiting, you're a high school student thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, developing a product or a service or a company, this is the place to go and hear about the stories. And why do we focus on stories? Two reasons. One, to celebrate, as you mentioned. The other is to encourage others to know what the path and the journey is like, and the opportunity for them to make some professional networking contacts and be able to move forward and maybe even change what they want to do, maybe accelerate it or slow it down, that they get a chance for free. These events have been for free. We have some very gracious sponsors that help us and make these happen. We really want to be a place where we are, like I said, I use that word platform, a place to exchange information, ideas, processes. We've been bringing more and more government bodies to this organization. I think it's a great place to have all those things that happen.
Yeah. So, and I know that as a dean of a business school and somebody who in their professional life has focused on change, I know with your consulting that you've done some of that. How does somebody go about that? Because I mean that is the essence of entrepreneurship, right? It is change. And so if you are a student or you are somebody who maybe is mid-career and you're thinking about change, I mean, how does that process even start? It could going to an event like SCCE kind of spark that change.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've seen that particularly after the different sessions that we have at SCCE, just the networking that happens, the people in the audience would come up and speak to one of the speakers or to the moderator, and I serve in some of those roles, and just to see their eyes light up and the questions they ask, the maturity of their questions. You can tell what they're really asking if they don't know what they're asking. So how does that happen? Right. I think you have to have some aspirations. All right. And one thing that we see confusion is between a new product or service or a new company. All right. So some people think about developing or designing a company and operating, and something develop and designing a product. It's actually a combination of both. You have to have knowledge in both areas. Do you have to be the expert in all areas? No. And that's what our events share with you. There are times you need to hire other people. Okay. So whether it's an engineer, an accountant, a lawyer, things where your expertise isn't. So you have to have aspirations, and you have to know your limits, and you have to be able to find others that work with you and have that same passion.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that I've seen at the SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship event or some of the other events that we've had. I think one of the great benefits of attending these events, especially if you're somebody who doesn't normally attend these kinds of events, is that it does take you out of your normal kind of operating procedure and can help to spark some of that innovative thinking, and then also connect you with new people that might do likewise.
Absolutely, absolutely. And whether you're a student or mid-career, as you said, there is something for everybody, but you do have to chase it. It won't come to you. That's the antithesis of an entrepreneur, right? People coming to you with a problem. That's what chemical engineers and engineers are for. You go to them when you have a problem to fix something. This is just the opposite. This is, you have an idea. You have a new way to solve a problem, or a problem that's going to be coming up in the next generation, that you think you may have a way to make that lives better for people. Not just yourself. I didn't mention that earlier, but being an entrepreneur is also about serving. Okay, so you're serving the people that will consume your good or your service. You have to have that to have the passion.
Yeah, that's something I remember covering in class, especially my leadership class. I mean, in order to really become a great leader, you have to know how to be a good servant, right? First,
Yep.
you need to learn how to be a follower first. And so, yeah, I completely agree with you on that. So, George, I think we're nearing the end of the interview here. Is there anything else that you would like to share? Maybe some advice that you would give to incoming freshmen or people who are taking some of your classes?
Yes, I would recommend for those, no matter what your age is, you are a lifelong learner. Whether you're in a formal class at one of the universities that make up SCCE, or you're mid-career, or you're even unemployed, it's learning for life. So coming to an event like ours, you'll be learning and growing and experiencing the sides of this path and journey that you haven't seen. So remember to stay strong. Remember that you don't know everything, but remember there's a lifelong learning path, and you can be successful in that with passion and the ability to work with others.
All right. Thank you very much, Dean Wright. Really appreciate it. And for everybody who's listening, we're looking forward to seeing you at the SoCal Celebrates Entrepreneurship event, March 9th 2024. We'll have the information in the description, and thank you very much, George.
Thank you, Travis.